Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone over well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot may be. Um, on the last, this is something quick I wanted to go into, and basically I'm going to, just kind of flow in the spirit. So this could be long, it could be short, who knows? It just depends on what the Spirit allows. But at the end of the day, regardless, I pray. My utmost prayer is for one that this is something suitable that Yahweh Shai would deem uh, worthy, and secondly, that you are edified, and the two go hand in hand. That you edify the people, and feed the sheep, feed the flock, and of course that is something that would be pleasing to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. So those are my two, maybe two in one, but those are my main prayers. Is that whoever happens to see this, I pray that it either sparks something in you to dig a little deeper and study, or that it sparks or plants a seed of repentance, or it gives you a reason to reflect on past actions and how you can do better. Anything of that nature. So on my last maybe 3 or 4 videos, I've just been going in talking about what is wisdom. Okay, so I pulled it up in the word search, okay, and it occurs 234 times in 222 verses. And we'll get a couple of examples out of the Old Testament, and we'll get a couple of examples out of the New. We'll read it, break, and look into this word itself, and then just kind of delve into how we can attain this wisdom, how we can practice and have discipline in order to gain more wisdom. So, let's break this down. Let's get into it, and then, however long this is how long it is. So, first off, we're going to start with Exodus 31:3. So we'll just go straight to that chapter and see what the title is. Okay, the skilled craftsman. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, See, I have called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. And I have filled him, and you see the Lord gives you this, I have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, and in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship. So this is physical labor, but we want to hone in on how the Lord had filled him with these things, wisdom and understanding and knowledge. Okay, so this is going to be a more of a technical lesson, should we say, not really covering anything, that we found on social media. Okay, so that is, here we go. I believe this is Cha. What are you? So that's going to be Chaa, so Cha. I believe that's Ka, and then Ma, and Ha. So Ha, hold on, here we go. Our little handy dandy notebook, handy dandy notes. Okay, so where are we at? Wisdom. This is Cha, so you see that there. And don't make sure you don't confuse it with Tha. So this Tha, it has that little, I like to call it, one shoe on, one shoe off. And the Cha is going to be your barefoot. You see? So don't confuse the two. And this one, it simply is Cha, and I believe that is Ka. So up here, if you check that out, boom. And when you see this, when it has two, damn it. When it has two, this will be either front or middle. This will only be in the end. So when you see these that extend below that line, you see how that one extends below the line? It's only going to be seen in the end in this Assyrian script here. Okay, so Ha, you, and you, Haka, Hakama. That's a hard one. Hakama. Hakama. That's a tough one to say. I'm not really sure, but let's look. Let's see. We'll see what it says in here. All right, wisdom obviously is the top one. Skill in war, right? And did I mention spiritual war in the previous videos? How you have to be wise as serpent, harmless as dove. In administration, shrewdness, wisdom, prudence in religious affairs. Being for. So We'll get. We'll get some of these. We'll pull these in like a Webster dictionary or something. Okay, so let's get. Okay, showing quick, practical cleverness, astute, a shrewd observer, also marked by clever dealings that take advantage. Alright, a shrewd negotiator. And I believe you can kind of go into, I don't remember how it's spelled in the KJV. Okay, that's Luke 19 and 21. That's going to be the parable. Let me open another one. I want to keep that there. Boom. So this is the parable of some that kept the talent. He was given the talents, and the one man sold, two men sold, and one kept it. Okay, and this is talking about the man that kept his talents in a napkin. All right, for I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. Okay, so if we're going to be like, I don't want to, hamashiachim, okay, or as what Christians would say, being Christ-like, the Son is like the Father. So in turn, we go by example of the Son, and in turn, that is, we are being like the Father as well. So these are some characteristics that you need in order to attain that wisdom: being austere, being stoic, okay, having discipline of mind, manners, harsh, rough, rigid. Okay, well, close, but not quite. That's not really what I'm looking for. The air, particularly lower and dense air, is distinguished from the higher, rare air. Okay, so yes and no. Not quite exactly what I'm looking for, but you still have to have a certain sternness within yourself, having that discipline, all right, to gain the knowledge, to gain the understanding, to pray and let the Lord hear you, and pray that the Lord hears you so that he may grant you these things. Okay, so let's look up wisdom in administration. Paste button, where would you be? Okay. Let's see, why is wisdom important in leadership? Why is wisdom important in management? Their decisions are informed by their personal experience. Okay, and you can liken your personal experience as an opportunity to exercise your faith. You go from glory to glory. You have tests. The Lord will send you tests often, and you overcome one, and then something else comes. All right, something a little bit harder, and the experience of others, and also take into account what good, not only for the company but also for society as a whole. Okay, so not only for yourself but for the brothers and for the forwarding of the kingdom. That is why we go through the things that we go through, because you are being groomed to be a king and priest on the earth. And we know wisdom in the Greek is Sophia. Oh, dang it. Okay, yeah, there we go. Quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Is that not what we are supposed to do? Supposed to be, have? Okay. The quality of being wise. Alright. Soundness of action, of decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. Alright. And you go through things, and you lean on the scriptures, you lean on what you learned, and what you've read, and you apply said knowledge, and over time you accumulate the wisdom you need to have sound judgment in the future. Okay, the body of knowledge and principles that develop within a specific society or period. And we're going to hone in on that specified society, not specific. Okay, what's the next one? We got shrewd already. Let's get prudence, or being prudent. We'll see. We'll look at prudence versus wisdom. Okay, acting with or showing care or thought for the future. Now, does not it say for one morsel? And I believe this was Paul. It might be meat, M-E-E-T. Oh, there we go. All right, so this is Hebrews 12 and 16. And again, I'm not sure if it's Paul, but here it is. Okay, let's follow peace. Let me scroll up just a little bit. What do we got? Father's discipline. For who the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, scourges with every son whom he receiveth. Okay, and that chastening builds you, that iron sharpens you. Iron sharpens iron, right? That is why he says you will be tried like gold in the fire. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? You see? So don't, it's imperative, it's very important to have a good attitude when you're going through something, because it may be an attention grabbing something. Maybe you kind of falling off, you're getting complacent, you're getting lazy, and the Lord sends a little something your way, and it is the first thing you should do. One, repent. Two, it makes you think, what did I do? What have I done? Why am I going through this? And the Lord wants you to reflect and learn and improve. And then after that improvement, a similar situation arises, you can counsel yourself, you can judge yourself, knowing how to operate because you consulted with the Lord via these scriptures, and then you'll be able to guide and assist others. That is why it's important to make good decisions as a youngin, which normally in the world we don't. But our experience has been, or our wisdom has been gained via mistake after mistake. Okay, so the beauty of this is when you come into this truth, the answers are in front of you. You but have to look. You just have to look. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which correct us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Okay, now, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterwards it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Right? So you do what you're supposed to do. You operate, in the spirit, and you don't let your flesh dictate your movement. You're not hasty. You're not, what's the word? Not hasty, but hasty is one, but you're not, basically ruled by your emotion, and let that be your decision guide, or your guide to making decisions. Okay, and then boom, you graduate to the next level. You've gained knowledge, you've applied that wisdom, you show that you have discipline, and you show that the Lord's Spirit can dwell in you. He can trust that the Spirit will dwell in you, and it will be put to good use. Wherefore we lift up the hands which hang down. Okay. Now, all right. Follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. Looking diligently lest any man fall of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness spring up, trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Okay, so that's not a very prudent action that Esau took, and as we can live by his mistake, all right, which was ordained, but we can live by this example, showing that we have to care for what is to come. All right, we don't really look for the things here in the right now, because the fashion of this world passeth away. We make decisions based on what comes in the future. And we understand through prophecy going out that a great and terrible time is on its way, and we need protection. We need to be covered because that's our only way out. And then after that, you have the kingdom of heaven, right? The restoring of the order on earth via the law, statutes, commandment from Yahweh to Yahweh Shai to King David and the 144,000 in the mixed multitude. So we got prudence or prudent. We did wisdom. We did shrewd. Oh, so let's look up prudent versus wisdom because I believe I saw that on the drop down. Prudent versus wise. Okay, so let's see. Wisdom makes us act and speak properly. Prudence prevents our speaking or acting. And so you see, that's pretty dope. You need one. You need. You can't have one. You need both. They go very well together. You see, so wisdom gain the knowledge, or the application of your gained knowledge shows you what to do, and prudence, so introspect or looking within, lets you know when you need to shut your mouth. So that I think that's pretty dope. That may be the title right there. Wisdom versus prudence. Or something along those lines. Okay, so should we get with we'll double back to that. Let's see have we let's pull up wisdom in the new back. Unless we see something. Alright, Joshua son of Nun, spirit of wisdom. Uh, Full of the spirit of wisdom. That's beautiful. As you see, if you read through these things, you see this is a gift. This is something that is given to you. This is nothing you attain on your own. As far as spiritually speaking, not earthly speaking, you can gain wisdom through many experiences. But we're talking about, in this truth specifically. Okay, and this is something that is given, right? Judgment was the king and judge, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. Okay, you see, you noticing the trend here, so let's skip. We need new. Okay, alright, at the top. And then since I mentioned it, you see we got the wisdom of the heavens, that is a gift, and then the wisdom of this world, which is foolish with God, for it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So, we ain't talking about, earthly wisdom. We talking about something from above. Or 1 Corinthians 2 and 13. Alright. You see that? Paul's reliance on the Spirit. Another example of how we should conduct ourselves. Relying on the Spirit, not relying, not leaning on our own understanding. Proverbs 3 and 5. I should have just read it from here. Let's see. Okay, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. The rewards of wisdom. Okay, application of gained knowledge. But you got to be, you got to walk in the Spirit. The main thing is not allowing your flesh to make decisions, but depending on the Spirit of the Lord to guide you. And sometimes that requires a great deal of patience. But you see, the people of the world are not doing this. That is why they have their reward right now. And when the time of calamity comes, they have nothing to lean on. They have no understanding because the wisdom of this world hath failed them. Okay, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of good men. Trust in the Lord, or trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him. Here's the blueprint. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear Yahweh, fear Yahweh, fear Yahweh, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel, and marrow to thy bones. And let's see what I want to see what's the significance of that. Okay, and therefore the wise man said, trusting in the Lord and wholehearted, acknowledging the man's ways, it shall be health to thy navel. He is, effect says that this is essential to the life of God and the soul of man, and to continual growth. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Okay, how about this? How about that? Alright, in some cultures it's seen as a symbol of life, birth, and connection to one's mother. Okay, well, mother being wisdom, if that's what we can go that. Keeping that connection, it can also represent the center of the core of a person's being. The symbolic meaning of the navel can vary depending on the culture and context, but I'll let you do with that information what you will. You can kind of, you can piece these things together. It's also, yeah, and then, it's also where the umbilical cord comes from, so. Where do we leave? Oh, I did read it. Okay. That's where we're at. So let's get our wisdom scripture. Words, man. Okay, yeah, let's get it right here. Oh, excuse me. In the New Testament. Sophia.
Strong's G 4678. Strong's G 4678. Sophia.
Broad and full of intelligence, used of the knowledge of very diverse matters. Okay, specific, varied knowledge of things, human and divine, acquired by acuteness and experience, and summed up in maxims and proverbs, which you have Psalms and Proverbs, and also the beautiful things that are written in Wisdom of Solomon, and also in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. The science and learning, the act of interpreting dreams. Okay, so that those are things that you see within the scriptures. Intelligence evinced in discovering the meaning of some mysterious number of visions. What? That is why Yahweh Shai spoke in parables. It wasn't for everybody at that time. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Alright, so there's a clear delineation between who's supposed to know at that time and who isn't. A breaking of the one, or showing the separating of the 1/3 from the 2/3, if you will. In this sense, if you fast forward to today, it's just the same thing. All right, it's given unto you. So let's see the title of that. What do we got here? All right, that's why he taught in parables. And if you got ears to hear and eyes to see, you hear it and you see it. If you don't, you scoff, you mock, or you say the Bible is fake, or who wrote the Bible? Man wrote the Bible. You know how niggas get. You know how people get when they get confounded, because everyone's a Christian until you start opening up these scriptures. Mysterion, mystery.
Strong's G 3466. Mysterion.
Hidden things, secret mysteries, general mysteries, religious secrets confided only to the initiated and not to the ordinary mortals. That's pretty cool. Understanding that the 144,000 within that 144,000 is the mixed multitude as well. You are of the first Yahweh Shai was the first spirit created, and then they were, or humbly I say we, with the utmost humility, we were. Okay, hidden secret thing, no obvious to the understanding. Hey, you see that? Okay, but the wisdom is from above. Is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Let's get that. What we got here? Wisdom from above, ain't that? And that's what we're seeking. I made mention of, earthly and then wisdom from above. So let's read this too. I'm just kind of, flowing in the spirit. If this isn't your thing, hey, keep it pushing. And, thank you for listening for what you did. Well, really, I can't thank you. This is for your own sake. But, well, anyway, thank you for staying as long as you have. So let's keep going. James 3 and 13. Who is a wise man and endured with knowledge, endued with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his work with meekness of wisdom. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your heart, glory not, and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work. And we understand that the Lord is not the author of confusion. Confusion comes from things here, right? Because they do not consider the law, statutes, and commandments to be something that needs to be followed. So when you have wisdom of this earth, you have this. And what you see now, the destruction of everything, your water, your air, the morale of the men and the women, um, greedy, gluttonous, lazy, all the fruits of this spirit, all the fruits of the wisdom of this world. That basically it is basically rotten fruit. All right, 3 and 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Okay, clean contrary. And the fruits of righteousness is sown in peace in them that make peace. And we can read that in Alright, if you are wise and understand God's ways, prove it by living an honorable life. That seems pretty cut and dry to me. Doing good works with the humility that comes from wisdom. Okay, so wisdom is quiet. Wisdom is, you got answers. You know what you know. So you do what you do, and you do it in hoping to please Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, not seeking to please people, man on this earth. So very meek, very humble, not weak, and not soft and timid, but your spirit is full, your spirit is powerful. People see that and they pick up on it, but you're not boasting. Okay, you just doing what you're doing because you know the Lord sees it, and that is who you're looking to impress, who you're looking to garner safety and protection from. Behold, if you are bitterly jealous, and there is selfish ambition in your hearts, don't cover up the truth with boasting and lying. For jealousy and selfishness are not God's kind of wisdom. Such things are earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. For wherever there is jealousy and selfish ambition, there you will find disorder and evil of every kind. And that is the 100% truth. Of course, it is, but reading this out loud, if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and you look into the world, you look into the carnality of people, how they behave, how they act, things that they say, the things that basically their way of life, that you know this to be very true, spot on. But the wisdom from above is first of all pure, and is also peace loving, gentle at all times, and willing to yield to others. It is full of mercy and good deeds. It shows no favoritism and is always sincere. Right? Okay, so we did get wisdom in the New Testament, right? Skill in management of affairs, yes. Devout and proper prudence, there's that word again. Intercourse with men, not disciples from Mashiach. Skill and discretion in imparting the truth. Okay, you see that? Knowledge and practice of the requisites for godly and upright living. And that's where we need to walk. Upright, with your honor intact. If you have not already read this, I think you should. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, but I think we have covered enough, grabbing scriptures, grabbing wisdom, understanding what knowledge is, the application of knowledge being wisdom, um, showing some examples on how to walk, showing examples on how we should think, showing examples on how we should present ourselves. All of this we have covered. Um, anyone happens to see this, I pray you ask questions if you have any, and if not, I pray that you are edified, and I pray that you take these things into account, and that you pray on them if you feel you need improving. So, with that being said, shalom.